Valley Club, it's a rough time in Marvel Strike Force right now. We've had ups and downs in the community before. I don't think I've ever seen the community like this. Fellow content creators quitting this week, alliance mates quitting this week. And yeah, it's not good. It goes back to the old Man Logan trials, stargating the content there. Then with Captain Britain, the release of Illuminati, and now with the new Temporal Dimension that's coming up, has been fixed. But I think the damage has been done by Scopely. And can they be fixed? Can it be fixed? That's kind of what I'm asking this morning. Now, I wasn't planning to make a video this morning. I actually have a jiu-jitsu tournament. I'm supposed to be excited. It's supposed to be an exciting day for me. And I've been wanting to compete for a while. And I had knee surgery back in December. And I've been just focusing on this moment. I already have a lot of anxiety from that. You know, all these jiu-jitsu tournaments, they cause a lot of stress for me. And I wanted to focus on that. But the negativity is getting to me. And I try to focus on the positives. I think I do that in real life a lot. You know, a few years ago, I watched a Jocko Willink, his video Good. And if you guys haven't checked that out, it's a really good video. But just, you know, all these negative things happen. Good. Like, oh, you didn't get a promotion? Good. You get more focused time to get better. Oh, you didn't get all the gear? Oh, good. Well, now we get to train a little different and get better like that. And I've had that philosophy for a while. And not just about Marvel Strike Force, but about, you know, real life stuff too. Even people are jiu-jitsu are like, why are you always so positive? It's like, I guess it's just easier to be positive and have that outlook than being angry and negative all the time. So I try to do that. You know, sometimes it takes me a while, but this feeling I'm not getting over. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with, it goes back to the diamonds. I think the devs, they gave the diamonds, and with that feedback that we gave them, they made the yellow stars for characters a lot more available. And with that, I know I started buying less and less new character offers. And I assume the rest of the community did that as well, just because we were getting these shards so much earlier. So to combat that, the devs started requiring these characters in these events. And I think a lot of the stargating actually goes back even further than Old Man Logan. It goes back, at least for me, to that Spider Society. We would have had tower modes before that. Maybe you didn't have Mephisto or Super Skrull. You couldn't do all the tower modes. Well, as Spider Society, I didn't buy that team, and I was locked out of the towers, and it felt bad. It's like, all right, I'll give them a pass on this one because, you know, I didn't get the characters, and I see that they're losing money on these new character sales. They're trying to incentivize players for this. So I kind of gave them a pass on that one as well. But the Old Man Logan trials, that is where things really, really shifted. Previously, we've had these old legendary events that required stars for characters, and that was how the system was for a long time. Kind of gave them a pass on the Old Man Logan trials a little bit, because while the Old Man Logan trials, they weren't as good as the Scourges, they weren't as good as the packs that we had, the trials that we had for Nova, Black Cat, Green Goblin Classic. It was better than all the events for Omega Red and previous to that, the legendaries. So I'm going to give them a pass on that, but it didn't feel good to gate it behind stars when for so long, for 2 years, we've had the Horseman trials, the other trials for these other characters. And, you know, it felt good to kind of figure things out and use your mind to strategize things and get better in that. Old Man Logan wasn't like that. You could do that to some extent, but it was kind of gated by your stars and by your purchases. And that didn't feel good for the community, but that kind of blew over. We did lose a few players there, and that didn't feel good. Anytime we lose players and the community's not happy, it's not good. But I feel like before the Old Man Logan trials, the community was on a big high. The community, you know, was happy about all these changes that were being made. The new player experience was really good. Players were coming back. Old content creators that stopped coming to the game were coming back. It kind of stopped around the Old Man Logan trials. Now, around this time as well is when Cerebro left. Cerebro was the community manager for a long time. And while he wasn't the nicest to the envoys and wasn't the nicest to the community sometimes, I think he was a big difference maker behind the scenes. I think he accurately reflected the tone of the community, reflected that back to the devs, and they were able to make changes reflective of that. And the envoys were kept in a loop a lot more before that. And since then, it feels like a lot of the information that the envoys are getting is very late. And when we do give feedback, it's not taken. The feedback was given for the Old Man Logan trials. And there was like, we're trying something new. I was like, all right, let's try something new. And even if the new thing was worse than what we've had for the previous 2 years, it wasn't worse than what we've had initially in the game. So I like I said, I kind of gave them a pass on that one. But then we got Captain Britain. And for a while, we knew about this Illuminati release, and the envoys were like, this is not going to go over well. How expensive is this going to be? Because having 5-star characters before their event even goes on is pretty expensive. As I was estimating $150 to $200 per character, which means $300 to $400 just to get the unlock for Captain Britain. It came out that the unlock is not a 5-star unlock. It's that 3-star unlock. So very, very expensive character. Now, what we were told on the calls is that, all right, these character offers for Shuri, Black Panther, Shuri, Hank Pym would be a little better than we've had in the past. So I was kind of hoping on that. And as soon as the offer came out, I'm like, this is not that much better. There's not a significant difference in what we've had. It's 20% more shards for this. And I was out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing Captain Britain anymore. But I needed to get Shuri and Hank Pym because not as a player, but as a content creator, I made content on the game. And because they announced that the Illuminati would be required for the next legendary, well, I thought I needed to get these characters so I could get the next legendary, create content. That's what my channel is about. So to have my account up to create the best content for you guys, I did by Hank Pym and Shuri about the cheapest offers just to get that unlock and hopefully get Odin down the road. Luckily, they said that they're not tuning the event for the next legendary to require Captain Britain, because if they did, I'm out then. And for me, Marvel Strike Force is probably the last game I'm going to play, guys. Over the years, I've felt like not fun playing Marvel Strike Force, and I've tried to pick up other games. And even in the lowest place, I've come back to Marvel Strike Force a lot more than other games. I don't think I've ever played a game this long and it's interested me as much as this, despite the ups and downs. So I think if I'm done with Marvel Strike Force, I am done with content creation about games, and I'm going to shift to something else that I want to make videos about that doesn't have the ups and downs of the game. Because with Marvel Strike Force, the devs make a bad decision, it affects the channel. The devs make a good decision, creates hype, and affects the channel as well. And I want my channel to be about with the content I create, and not necessarily about the decisions of the devs of Marvel Strike Force. And while the community is still hot over Captain Britain, over Illuminati, because that team is still not fully in the game yet, Captain Britain, even if you got some crazy Hank Pym and some crazy Black Panther, sure, you're still not able to unlock that character because his showcase event hasn't went on yet. And then we got this screen, this loading screen. No advance notice for the envoys. When you guys saw this in the games, when we first saw this, Odin, we have Gore the God Butcher Gladiator, we had a loading screen for Endgame Thanos, we had some data mines for Ares. So new team coming. We had no idea about any of this stuff. And I know previously envoys have gotten information a lot sooner. Even the community has got information like this a lot sooner, with silhouettes, with teases, with early data mines, and none of that stuff has went on right now. So I feel that is why a lot of the envoys, including myself, are frustrated, because we used to get a lot of advance notice, and now we're not kept into the loop until very late. We used to have our feedback taken. That is why the diamonds change was made, because of the feedback that the envoys, a player's voice, and other players that knew about this stuff was giving them. And that's why diamonds was released in the manner it was. But we're kept very, very late recently, I think. And I feel that it may be around the time of Man Logan or around the time of Cerebro leaving. It's kind of mixed in my brain right now. And I feel that there's a shift in the envoy program as well. And that's causing some frustration with the envoys. Instead of being kept in the loop early and giving our feedback and allow the devs to make some pivots on these events, we're told about this stuff very, very late. It's like, hey, this is what's going out. Here's some advance notice. And then when we give feedback, it's like, all right, the event's already done. We're trying something different here. We're trying something new here. Let's see what happened. So this was just another example of us being kept out of the loop until the very end. It happened with the old Man Logan trials. It happened with the Illuminati. And yesterday we got this, the new Temporal Dimension. This is not good. This is not a good thing. for free-to-play players. Any 5 Illuminati, which means that you would have to not only have the 3 Illuminati reworks, Iron Man, Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, you also had to buy both of those characters, Black Panther, Shuri, and Hank Pym. And if you didn't, well, you could only do 4 of these missions out of the 25 that are listed here. So really pay to win event. And I think the community is hot about this. They're so hot that even when this was announced that they're going to switch this back to 3 characters required. After reviewing the community's feedback regarding Temporal Dimension, Illuminati missions, our team has decided to adjust the characters required, send a community resources, and thank you for your patience while we make these adjustments. Specifically, Illuminati nodes will require 3 Illuminati characters. Feel free to use more Illuminati characters if you have more unlocked. The gear requirements for each mission will remain the same. The following will be sent to players: these Pimpal orbs, these Shuri orbs, not very good orbs. And I haven't opened a lot of these, but I don't think I've gotten any Black Panther, Shuri, or Hank Pym in any of these. It's all Illuminati characters. Armory 19 orbs are cool. This L4 training modules are cool. Crimson Raid gears are cool, but I think the damage is done. And I think the frustrating part is the envoys were giving this feedback. Like, the community's hot about the Illuminati right now. Do not do this event. Don't run this. Don't paywall this. Don't turn this game into a pay-to-play event. And the thing is, they made that shift so fast. After not only the envoys feedback, but the community feedback, they made this shift very, very quickly. Last night, the shift was made. My question is, we knew this a couple days before this went out. Why didn't you listen to Envoy's feedback? Avoid this situation. Avoid all the frustration from the community. And I don't play a lot of other games. Marvel Strike Force is the only game I play. Once in a while, I'll play some games on the Switch, but the only game I really play is Marvel Strike Force. And I'm not sure if other live ops games are like this. You know, it seems like Marvel Strike Force is flying at the seat of the pants. I know that with the things coming, Battle World and other things, they have a general plan, but the specifics plans, I don't think they decide all these things to the last minute. And I'm not sure if that's something that's going on with Marvel Strike Force or that's how live ops games go in general, but seems like they're making decisions very last minute and being very, very reactionary towards everything. And while this is a step in the right direction, reducing the requirements of the Illuminati from 5 to 3, people will be able to play this. It's not going to be a pay-to-play event. You might need to pay to win, because I'm not sure if this is going to be retuned specifically for 3 characters or have the old tuning for 5 characters, or they're just going to make some initial changes. But I think this is a step in the right direction. What else can be done? I'm not sure. And the second thing is, there were some good things that happened this week. We got a new alliance management tool. We've been wanting that for a while. I think that's a great thing. We got a preview of the graphics update that I've been wanting to see for a while. I like the way it looks. And we had a Cosmic Crucible tournament. You know, I'm not someone that likes to stream for a long period of time. I didn't participate in the first one because it was a 3-hour stream, but everybody had so much fun. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll make some time. I'll rearrange my schedule so I could participate in this. And it is surrounded by the Illuminati and Captain Britain, and some of the community is happy about that. And other people just like, yeah, screw all the content creators, screw the Illuminati, screw Captain Britain, screw this hype piece. It kind of depressed me because I just like to have fun with all this stuff, and it's really getting to me. You know, I'm trying to stay positive with everything, but it's getting to me a little, guys. And I don't know. The community and the community team that we work with, that put the Crucible tournament together, is making stuff available for the envoys, the people that we deal with as envoys, the devs that relate to the combat team, TyJ, Toxie, that used to create MSF.GG on their own, was members of the community. Now they're the lead developers for MarvelStrikeForce.com, interacting with everybody that we've interacted with seems like they're very passionate about the game, likes the game, wants the game to succeed. I think that's where some of my wait and see attitude with them is, because I feel like they really want the game to succeed. They're passionate. They have good intentions. They are aware of what's going on with the community, but all these negative decisions, they don't have control over it. It's coming from people above them. And when we give feedback to them, they get shut down is the sense that I'm getting there. So it's not all bad at Scopely, which is why I give them kind of a breath. And I don't know. I don't like the negativity. It's getting to me. Like I said, I try to stay positive, but I see all the feedback. I see all that, and I don't like it. And it gives me anxiety. And I'm trying to prepare for the tournament, which is already giving me anxiety. And then all this negativity is giving me anxiety as well. And I hope there is a solution for all this, guys. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to focus on other things right now, being happy, focus on the good of the game. And I kind of check out when there's a lot of negativity and things in the game. So yeah, I'm going to try to focus on the positives, not focus on the negatives. But I don't know what can be done. What can be done at Scopely's end? I think they're trying to do some damage control. I wish they didn't even put the damage out there in the beginning. But I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling happy right now. Trying to stay positive, focus on the good things. I do think the arena change is good. There's some good things going on, but it is overshadowed by a lot of these bad things. And I don't know. Let me know what you think the solution is, guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, if you guys enjoy jiu-jitsu, I should post some matches this weekend, and hopefully I do well. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Stay positive. Focus on good things. Focus on your family. Focus on whatever's going on in real life. And yeah, it's a game, guys. Hopefully get some good news with it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.